What's up YouTube, this is Erkin from HDD Recovery Services. Today I want to do a quick video for you guys for unboxing of some of the projects that we're getting. And the reason for that is that two packages are pretty regular things that we get in the mail, probably flash drives or memory cards. But this package right here kind of is the reason why I want to make this video today. This package came from San Juan in Puerto Rico, and that's where I'm actually headed tonight. So I'm gonna start with this one, and maybe, just maybe, if this is something that I can recover fast enough, I'd just love to see the look on the face of that person if I hand deliver it to them while I'm in that city. So let's dig in and find out what this is. So it's a passport hard drive, nothing unusual, something that I see quite often here. Looks like that's just packaging material that they use for protection. Not the best thing to use for protection, but the drive is already damaged, so what can you do? Okay, thank you, Raphael, for sending it in. There's all of our email correspondence. Perfect. I'm gonna try this drive out, and if I can get it recovered by the end of today, I'll take it with me on the trip. And if it's not far from the place where I'm staying, I'm actually gonna go over there and deliver it personally. This is our drive. I take it on the PCB off the back of this device. And what I have here is designated SATA version of this USB 3.0 proprietary board by Western Digital. And if you guys pay attention to this component right here is missing on the donor. You see that U12 position has nothing on it. If we look at the U12 position of the actual PCB that was on that drive, there is this 8-legged component known as EEP ROM chip. Okay, inside of that chip there is certain information contained that belongs to the patient's drive. Without that information, the board that we're gonna put on this hard drive is simply not gonna match, and therefore the drive is not going to be recognized. And this is something that should be done on pretty much all of the modern drives that are getting PCB adopted for them. Usually the firmware information is going to be kept in the form of these EEP ROM chips. So in our case, we're going to go ahead and swap it, and once the swap is done, we will power on the hard drive and do the firmware work by clearing out module number 32, which is a relo list for Western Digital Royale drives. Ended up with the SATA board that is going on failed hard drive. This drive, I will just give you a brief story about how this was acting in case you haven't seen any of my previous videos on Western Digital passports and recovery procedures on them. This unit came in, I plugged it in, and did not make any clicking sounds. It actually calibrated like it's supposed to. It sounded like it was making a little bit of sounds trying to find the server or something, but it would never be recognized by the machine, and it could sit there for half an hour, 2 hours, maybe the drive letter would eventually come up, but that indicates an extreme slow response from the drive. And the problem for that specific type of hard drives is known as a slow response. I know the solution, and a lot of I get this question asked a lot, and I don't want you to confuse the SATA board adaptation with a solution to this problem. It's not a solution. By swapping the board to a SATA, you're not going to fix this issue. It's not as simple as just putting a SATA board and performing adaptation on it. The problem is with overfilled relo list, which is a 30-second module. Unless you have access to vendor-specific tools that can access that module, clear it out, and set flags so that no new entries can go into this, the solution is not going to be solved. You're just going to end up with a super slow SATA drive instead of a super slow USB 3.0 drive. I hope I make it clear, and the next procedure that I will be demonstrating will reveal the process that is involved. It's not a complicated process, but it does require some serious tools in order to accomplish that. So unless you have access to those tools, and the one I'm using specifically is PC3000 Express, I'm not gonna say that that's the only way to deal with this problem, but that's the only way I deal with this problem. I don't know any additional ways, simply because I don't have to, because PC3000 supports the most amount of drives that are out there. Pretty much everything that is out there is supported by that complex. I don't use any other tools. That's the only set of tools that I'm using. So maybe I've heard of other companies that develop tools that have similar functionality. How reliable they are, how potentially useful they are, I can't speak for it. I have no experience with them. So I'm just done putting the board onto the drive. I'll go ahead and plug it in and deal with firmware. There's only 26 gigs of data, so I'm extremely lucky because this is literally not going to take all that long. As long as we got all heads functional in this unit and we don't have to perform head replacement, we're good to go. Work with copy only is now switched off, so we are actually working with this unit now when we're reading information from sectors that haven't been read yet. Selected and begin scanning. Now we just have to wait. As you can see, the speed is pretty adequate. It's moving along well. I'm probably gonna have to sit here for about 15-20 minutes. I am extremely lucky with this case because if this case had 800 gigs of data, there's no way I would be able to finish it up today. But this unit only has 26 gigs. It can literally fit on a flash drive, and I can take that flash drive with me on the trip. Just had breakfast, heading back. It's a beautiful day out here. A beautiful day. There's the beach. So close. I can smell it. Okay, we're home. For every client, hand deliver packages. I'm just kidding, you know. Nissan Pathfinder. That looks like his car.
box B on this floor.
Are you Raphael by any chance? Hello. How are you?
It's not fun to be sitting in the car.
No, I figured. On Wednesday I get a package in the mail and I see it's the same city I'm going to. So I'm like, okay, it's probably gonna, like, I'm gonna have to push things aside to get it done, but I'm like, I'm gonna make it so I can bring it. I wanted to bring it personally without you even knowing I'm here. But when you said that the client needs to approve, I'm like, damn, what if they need some more verification? Everything inside is perfect.
That's the most important.
Everything is in there, should be fine.
Okay.
I do this stuff all the time, and it's when you said that you could see the same stuff but none of the files open. The reason why, because the slow response was already on the drive.
Right.
By the way, this is the drive.
Yes.
Okay, there's my business card just in case for
Okay.
your memories. If you ever need anything again, let me know. I'm probably
No
not gonna come down to deliver it again, but
Well, it wasn't
It was,
inspected.
it was if I maybe, you know, if I got this package from you a week ago, it wouldn't even click that I might be going there, but I'm leaving like the next morning.
So
It's
you
my
were-
last
you-
day
you-
at the office
you
and I
were
get this
checking.
package. I'm like, I just must finish it in one day because I finished the case around 10 at night.
First time to Puerto Rico?
Yeah, my first time. I love it here. It's beautiful. I've been to many places,
It's
but this is
hot.
a really
It's hot. Bro.
it's hot. Yeah, it's more it's harder than in Ottawa right now because like in summer right now in Ottawa it's also really hot, but not nearly as close as this.
Yeah.
At around this time you can walk around and that's no problem. But
Well, I haven't been to Ontario, but I've been to the west coast of in
like
Canada.
British Columbia.
British Columbia.